Well, we got a lot to discuss. WWE 2K25 dropped a lot more details this past Tuesday, and since then, we've had even more details come out from dev interviews in articles all around various websites, and we're going to dive into a lot of those. What's going on? I'm Jesse. Welcome to the Pro Wrestling Shoot. If you're new to the channel, do me a favor, drop a like and a subscribe and help us grow the channel. We are going to be giving away a lot of deluxe editions for WWE 2K25 in the coming days, so you don't want to miss out. The island is the talk of the town, obviously, and we've come to realize that the island is going to be in online mode. But if you go to the PlayStation site, it says that there's up to 8 players online. So that leaves me to think, is this going to be like NBA 2K, or are we going to be doing just 8 players in a lobby at once for this new island mode? Now, don't get me wrong, I don't expect WWE 2K25 to jump right in full scale just like NBA 2K. But I was kind of expecting the same experience as you would get from NBA 2K. But this is still good. We still really don't know what the island is, if this is going to be some new type of career mode or a second career mode, because MyRise is still in the game. But we do have details regarding a lot of NPCs walking around the island. It could be players walking around the island. We just don't know how many players are going to fit within the lobby, or if this is going to be microtransactioned to death. It's come out that MyRise is a unified mode, so now you will have the opportunity to play one MyRise with a unified mode with women and men in the same MyRise. I don't know if this is going to blend into one story, but it looks like it is. Or we could be seeing a case of just you're making a male superstar, you're making a woman superstar, and you get to play both of them within the same story and they just intertwine. But it looks like this is a full-on unified mode, which to me should be celebrated, because playing 2 MyRises last year was kind of brutal and they just took forever. But if you liked it, you liked it. It just wasn't for me personally. I did enjoy the main stories. There was just a little bit too much fluff between all the stories on MyRise. So this is good. We're getting a unified MyRise, and that's great news. The banger news that we found out is obviously MyGM is making its way online. I don't know the severe upgrades to MyGM, but it does still look like there is a 24-week calendar within MyGM mode, but it is making its way online, and it's up to 4 players, and I really didn't expect it to be up to 4 players. I always thought that it would be cool just to at least have a 2-player mode when it comes to online, but they fully went out with it. It's 4 players within the lobby. I don't know how the saves are going to work just yet. I'm hoping that you can save your game, because if it's just one session within the MyGM mode, then it kind of defeats the purpose. I would hope that there is some sort of save feature incorporated within this, so you can just come back to your session later and enjoy yourselves. But MyGM making it online is huge. Between the island and MyGM online, the servers have to be fixed, right? I'm looking forward to seeing what these servers are like and how they hold up. But when it comes to the island, it should be noted that this is for next-gen consoles only, which is Xbox Series X and S and the PlayStation 5. PC is not included, and PS4, Xbox One not included within the island, which is kind of nice that they're giving us some sort of exclusive for being next gen and having these next gen consoles for this many years without having any sort of exclusion. But it is a little weird that PC is not involved within this. It says that they're running on Gen 9 and PC is still running on Gen 8. So that could be a reason why the PC is not included in this. And we could have a little bit more bad news when it comes to PC and community creations, but that'll be in another video. Universe mode has finally brought a fan favorite feature back. Everybody always talks about promos. Me personally, the 2K19 promos were not the best thing in the world. It really wasn't anything to get too excited about, but promos still are something that you see on a weekly television basis. So anything that is included within television is something that is all right with me in my book, as long as the promos come correct and they match likenesses of certain superstars, right? I don't want to see Undertaker cutting goofy promos. I don't want to see Bray Wyatt coming out there cutting goofy promos. I hope that these promos are matched up to some of the superstars' likeness. If I see The Rock come out and cut a promo, I'd like to see him say, "If you smell what The Rock is cooking." It's pretty simple when you think about it, but I don't know if they've included something like this, but there is a new promo feature within Universe mode, and that's something to be celebrated. We are bringing more features back to the universe mode. I understand they were in there before, but they're back now. We are getting more cutscenes in the universe mode. I'm really curious to see how this whole promo system works and if it matches the characters' likenesses. That is probably the most important to me, but content's gonna cook on YouTube, man. Promos are back, baby. Let's go. MyFaction's getting a little upgraded. Saying that it's an upgrade, I don't know. Proving Grounds is now being replaced with another mode. So, in my opinion, Proving Grounds was my favorite thing to play within MyFaction. So they're taking that out, replacing it with something else. Hopefully they're fixing the faction wars and the live events and things don't cost as much going into this year, but I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. Persona cards are making a return to MyFaction this year, so we'll just have to see what happens. The new match types that we're getting this year are the Underground match and the Bloodline Rules match, as well as intergender matches, but we're going to dive into intergender in just a few minutes. The Underground match is interesting to me, and it's something that I've never really seen anybody talk about or ask for, but it could bring back some VPW vibes. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, Virtual Pro Wrestling had like an MMA feature within that game that had certain movesets attached to that one match type. The Underground match kind of reminds me of MMA rules and that style of fighting. And I think this could be interesting because this could bleed into certain move types being attached to this match, as well as multiple different brawl areas is what they're talking about. So it looks like we've expanded our backstage arena or backstage areas that you can fight and brawl. And this is kind of tied to this mode, the Underground, which is kind of exciting. And I'm really curious to try this mode out. This was not a match type that, once again, I didn't ask for, and I haven't really seen anybody else ask for it. If you wanted Underground matches, let me know in those comments. But as far as I'm concerned, I was thinking something along the lines of I Quit match, 3 Stages of Hell, things like that I've seen a lot of the community ask for within the comment section. So I'm surprised to see that they just went with the Underground match, but this could be a lot of fun and it could be different. I'm really curious to see how this match type works out. The Bloodline Rules match is really interesting, and I think that this is probably going to be the most fun match that we have in a 2K game, realistically, because this match can fit within your universe mode so nicely, especially if you like the old school WCW dusty finishes and things that would happen with a lot of shenanigans involved within them. How the Bloodline Rules match works is you get paybacks, and in those paybacks, you are allowed to call 3 interferences within the match. So you build them up like a finisher, you call payback, somebody comes and interferes. I'm questioning whether or not you can build up 3 paybacks at once and call all 3 at one time, but you do get 3 per person, so that could cause a lot of shenanigans. This could make universe mode pretty interesting if you just ran Bloodline Rules matches through most of your WWE Raws, your SmackDowns, leading into the pay-per-view. This could cause a lot of faction rivalries. I think it has the most intriguing features built into this one. This one's a thumbs up to me. I can't wait to try the Bloodline Rules match. The intergender matches are interesting because this is something the community's been asking for a long time. It's been a long time since we've seen intergender wrestling within a WWE game. So they finally brought it back. Intergender wrestling is here, and it is not as limited as a lot of people thought, because it turns out that you are now allowed to use intergender wrestling within match types like Money in the Bank, like Hell in a Cell. We thought this was going to be tied to just a 1 versus 1 intergender match. No, you can use them in multiple matches. I just don't know how far you could take it. Can I do 15 people in a Royal Rumble with 15 women, 15 men? Can I do a War Games with 4 women versus 4 men? We don't know those answers, but with intergender wrestling making its way to WWE 2K25, it makes me start to wonder if blood is finally making its way for the women's side in WWE 2K. We're going to have to wait and see if anything is confirmed on that, but I'm really excited that a lot of the fan base is getting intergender wrestling. Let's talk about those quality of life details, man. This is my bread and butter, and this is something that I'm really excited for because WWE 2K25 is putting in the work just like they did with 2K24 when it comes to quality of life details. Body damage is now visible, so that makes me think that maybe we have limb damage or targeting systems or even selling within WWE 2K25. The only thing we have confirmed right now is your body is now damaged. You can see the scratches, you can see the bruises on the front, the back. Weight detection has now improved, which means that bigger guys are going to be doing bigger guy things. Some of the bigger wrestlers are now going to be limited to no top ropes, no aerials, as well as combos being improved and actually making sense for WWE 2K25, which me and my brother JCSJ have talked about all year long, was just making the combos make sense. Everybody doesn't need a combo, and everybody's not going to have a combo within WWE 2K25. At least that's what I'm taking from the articles I'm reading. Barricade dives are now a thing. You can dive off the barricade as well as damage the LED boards on the barricade, which is fantastic. And sure, you can say this came from AEW Fight Forever, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It's finally making its way to WWE 2K, and 2K is slowly but surely every single year giving us the game that we've been asking for. Sure, it's a yearly release. They're giving little details here and there, but sooner or later, we're going to have a banger of a game with all these really cool details and fine finishes within WWE 2K25, which makes your wrestling feel authentic. There is still a lot more to be announced within this game, and I'm still waiting to hear about the creation suite. We're going to be doing some dev interviews over here, so hopefully we can get a lot of those questions answered for every single one of you. And I'm still really excited to learn more about this island, man. I think this island is going to be the big feature that 2K put a lot of love in this year. It is the first year that we get the island. I don't see this island going away anytime soon, and I understand that a lot of people are not excited about the island, but there is still a good chance that you may fall in love with it once you play it and see how this plays out, because I don't think this is going to be identical to NBA 2K. I just think that it's going to resemble the same feature, walking around, having the freedom, going through the PC, talking to NPCs. It's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be revolutionary, and it's gonna be game-changing for the 2K franchise. On paper, 2K absolutely killed it this year, but once again, time will tell within this game, right? We still got patches to deal with, we still got bugs to find, we still got glitches. We're gonna see how community creations is running, the server's running. So I don't want to get too excited on all that just yet, but on paper, this looks amazing. So let me know in the comments what you think about all these new details for WWE 2K25. And if you want to talk some more WWE 2K, click this video right here. See you on the next one. Take it easy.